A few times now, different people who follow the channel have asked me with advice on how to make money exploring. How it was I started off my journey down the exploration profession on Elite Dangerous. Now don't get me wrong, I do not consider myself the most efficient person when it comes to maximising my profits with exploration within Elite Dangerous, but I have netted enough wealth in the game for me to be considered seasoned. Journeying out to the Dynasty Project sites, Sagittarius A and the Skull and Bones Nebula have taught me a few things. People who watch my content have often asked me, what ship would you recommend to start exploration? And the obvious answer from me would be the Crate Phantom. But this is the thing, as a new player, you could earn enough credits to buy a Crate Phantom and kit it out with the best possible systems for the intergalactic survey profession, but what if a player buys the game for the purpose of exploring and has no interest in mining? This video will have everything you need to start exploring except the initial investment of 1 million credits for the ship itself. The first ship I bought for the purpose of exploration was the Cobra Mach 3. Not the best at anything, it is regarded as a new player's first multi-purpose ship of choice. The Cobra Mach 3 can fit comfortably in a range of roles. In combat, it can hit hard and, if necessary, make a swift exit, while its spacious cargo hold allows it to carry more than other ships of similar price and size. The Cobra is also a solid choice for explorers, boasting an ample fuel tank and 6 internal compartments. This will be the choice for our first exploration build. The total cost of the vessel is 1 million credits. This price includes everything you will need to get started as a cartographer. First things first, we need to know where to buy everything we will need to build this in one place. This is Powell Terminal in the Athena system. Not the most expansive collection of items for your ships, but it is a good start for you to choose your ship and build it up ready for exploration. There are other choices of locations available in the bubble, and if you prefer other locations, Google is your friend in this matter. The first thing you will need to do once docked at the station is buy the vessel itself. Go to the shipyard and select the Cobra Mach 3 for purchase. Take a look at the livery, which includes paint jobs and bolt-on cosmetic additions if you wish to give the ship your own personal touch. If you are struggling to find the money required to build a ship, I suggest doing some delivery missions, taking jobs on the jobs board, or hunting pirates in extraction zones until you get up to the required monetary level you need for the ship. Once purchased, work your way down to the Core Internals tab on the outfitting screen. Outfit all options except your fuel tank and your frameshift drive with Type D modules at their maximum size. Size being signified by the little dots next to the letter on the buy option, and quality being signified by the letter. D-Type systems are the lightest unengineered slots and are perfect for increasing your jump range and giving a limited boost over the base level Type E slot. Now the next step is optional. You can further reduce the weight of your vessel and thereby increasing the jump range by installing a smaller fuel tank, but this will mean you will have to refuel your starship more often. Getting into a flying pattern when you get out to exploring is key here. I personally half orbit the star at reduced speed and head towards the next star on the waypoint before I come to a near stop and initiate my FSS. This habit saves me weight and increases my jump range, but at the cost of fuel capacity. The next thing you're going to want to take a look at is the FSD, otherwise known as the frameshift drive. This is the single most important part of an exploration ship. It allows the ship to jump from one star to the next. Without one, the ship simply would not be flyable, and by default your Cobra will be equipped with the default Class E frameshift drive. The Class C drive will cost 175,000 credits. Ideally in the future you want the quality of this item to be of the highest order, but for the sake of keeping the cost down we will go with this one. If you have more credits available to you, you could go with the Class B or Class A, but to be honest, if you have more money, this is better spent on a better ship. Next, you will need to think about how you are going to refuel your Cobra, far away from the nearest station. For this need, you will require a fuel scoop. A fuel scoop harnesses stray particles from a star and converts them into fuel for your vessel. The higher the grade of fuel scoop, the faster it will refill your tanks. For monetary reasons, we will be going with a size 3 Class C. This will be a good balance of cost and capability. Next, back out of the core internal tab and go into the optional internal slot. Empty out everything in here except the planetary approach suite and the smallest cargo rack. If you prefer to have a docking computer and supercruise assist, that is your choice of course, but I'm going to go with deselecting these modules as I find them of little use. The next things to think about is whether or not you want shields or not. My recommendation is that you pick up a shield generator, and I will be fitting one to the ship, but you can increase the jump range and reduce cost by not having one. Again, the choice is yours. If you choose to purchase one, buy the Class D. Now scroll to the bottom and select the very last slot that is free, above the planetary approach suite. On the module screen, select the surface scanner and buy this module. This is used for scanning planets. Without it, you won't be able to make money with exploration to the degree you want to. Next, scroll to the very top and open the module screen once more. Select the AFMS, otherwise known as an Auto Field Maintenance Unit, or AFMU. You'll need to buy the size 3, which is 3 pips, type D. Although this is not essential that you have one of these, it is generally considered safe practice for exploration pilots to have at least one. When exploring, over time, your ship's modules will require maintenance, especially when using neutron stars to increase your jump range, so without one of these units you will not be able to repair your modules as they become damaged. Last, select one of the size 2 slots on your vessel and navigate to the planetary vehicle hangar. This is again optional, but you will need this if you intend to visit any planet's surface to explore any lifeforms you find. Each lifeform or geological site you scan that has been discovered first by you has a value of 50,000 credits. Some of the surface sites worth visiting in my other videos will net you 1 million, so bear this in mind when making this choice. Don't forget to fill the planetary vehicle hangar with an SRV once you have purchased it. Now that is it for this section. Further optional modules should be considered, such as a repair drone module, which repairs your hull's percentage, but with safe flying practices, you can live without one. Remember, every module you add in the optional internal slot has a weight, and that weight reduces your jump range. Weapons are again optional, but I find them unnecessary as they add weight and are pretty much pointless as you won't be using the ship for combat. Any pilot you come across with the intention of violence will most probably have a ship geared for combat, so avoidance of these encounters is your weapon. If you wish to nullify the threat of PvP encounters, consider the Mobius server or play solo. Your choice really. Now, that's it. You have your first exploration ship. Before you tread out into the galaxy, eager to explore what it has to offer, there are a few things that you will need to know in order to make this trip a successful one. The first thing is in regards to navigating your way around in Supercruise and how you can and will increase your jump range using the Neutron highway. Firstly, I will cover neutron stars. Neutron stars are a gift sent from the gods that allow you to increase the jump radius of your ship beyond the maximum range your Cobra currently offers. This technique can be dangerous, but with safe flying practices, it is relatively simple. When navigating towards one of these stellar objects, slow is the key. Once in the system, come to a stop while remaining in Supercruise. Lock onto the neutron star in your navigational panel to the left of your head. Look for the very outer edge of the blue trails the neutron star emits. Bring your craft in towards the outer edge slowly until you hit the trail. You will notice your ship begins to buffet as it interacts with the neutron star, coating your ship in neutrinos. Once the Cobra has the required amount of neutrinos, a message will appear that will say FSD supercharged. This will allow you to jump many light years more than your ship can otherwise jump. Be advised that each time you use a neutron star, this process will cause a small amount of damage to your frameshift drive. Make sure you keep an eye on your module screen to the right of your head. The next thing you will need to be aware of when it comes to navigation is landing on planets. As you probably already know, not all planets are landable. Indeed, even most that are landable are not worth your time. Sometimes you will need to land on planetary bodies for the purpose of obtaining elements for synthesis. Synthesis helps you with many things when in need, such as refilling your AFMU or making more drones for repair if you have a repair drone module. The best place to find these elements are at geological signals. Other points of interest that will draw you to a planet's surface are alien lifeforms or surface sites. Before you consider landing, the first thing you need to do is to probe the planet. Using a surface scanner launches probes to the surface of the planet to give you details to locations of interest on each planet. Make sure you assign your surface scanner to a fire group. Select the planet on your navigation screen and open up the surface scanner by hitting fire when selected in your fire group. Once in the surface scanner, aim your probe so that you scan the top, bottom and sides of it. The aim here is to reach 90%. Once this number has been reached, you will have fully scanned the planet. To the right of the screen states an efficiency bonus. Bigger planets have a higher tolerance of probes, but if you hit this target, you will receive a bonus once you sell your data. Once completed, back out and in your navigational panel, you will now notice any sites of interest under the planet you have just scanned. When approaching a planet to land, please consider gravity. This effect will make your ship drop at a different speed. The gravity on some worlds are many times the size of the Earth and will pull your ship down like a kraken, destroying it. Remember, always check the world's gravity as you come in to land. You can do this by either checking the planet's details in the system map or selecting it and looking at the G of the planet as you get close to it in your flight HUD in front of you. It is worth taking a little time to practice your landing techniques on safer, low G worlds before you decide to land on something a little bit more dangerous. Once you have landed and want to stretch your legs, well, wheels for now, below the radar screen you will find the option you need to launch your SRV. When out of the ship, take a look at the SRV scanner. The scanner will sweep in front of your SRV in loops. Any items of interest will appear as sonar-like blips on the ticker tape like radar screen. Blips that appear at the top of the scanner are man-made, alien-made or other objects such as alien plant life. At the bottom will be rocks with mineral deposit, meteorite and other geological formations. This section will help you efficiently make more money and guide you to making better choices on where you want to go to explore. The first thing that I always do when on an exploration expedition is choose my destination. If you look around the galaxy on the galaxy map, you will find many nebulas dotted around the Milky Way. Most of these have been explored and fully mapped, but what I find nebulas useful for is as though they are like lighthouses. Even several thousand light years away, they are clearly visible and give me a visual guidance of where I am in the galaxy. It is also the case that in many parts of the galaxy that although the nebula has been fully mapped, the journey to them has not, as well as the surrounding stars surrounding these nebulas. As a first-time explorer, you're going to want to pick a place that is relatively nearby, such as the Chameleon Nebula, the Coalsack Nebula, the California Nebula, or the Iris Nebula, and so on. For a comprehensive list on nebulas, follow the link below. For a showcase of some of the game's most amazing sites, follow the link below for PRIMETIME Casual's channel. This content creator will guide you through some of the greatest places to visit in the game. His content is exceptional. So first, choose your destination. Next, you need to take a look at the map filter. On the 4th tab, select it and you will notice a scroll down menu. Select Star Class and hit OK. Your objective with any exploration trip is to find high value worlds. These worlds, such as water worlds, ammonia worlds and Earth-like worlds, are most often found around G-class stars. Filtering out some of the so-called junk stars will pay more dividends when it comes to finding these worlds and maximising your profits. Filter out the K, L, M, T and Y class stars when plotting a route to your destination. Next is the Route Planners tab. Make sure you have Jet Cone Boost selected when plotting a route. This will allow you to reduce your travel times with neutron stars. Make sure you also have fastest route selected. Find the nebula you want to travel to, select one of its stars and hit the Route Planner button. When you reach your target, take a look around the nebula. Many of these places are rich with biological life forms such as bark mounds, bark mounds and brain trees, and occasionally you will find human outposts many light years away from the bubble. Once you have taken a look around, open your galaxy map once more and look for G-class star systems surrounding the nebula. If you find even one Earth-like world that has not been found before, this will net you at least 3.2 million credits for a full scan and full probe. Exploration is not the best way to make money, admittedly. Mining would probably win that battle. It is, however, rewarding as to the sights you see in the galaxy and the satisfaction you will get if you find a place that nobody has been to before. As mentioned before, water worlds, Earth-like worlds and ammonia worlds are what you should be looking for. They appear most often around G-class stars. High metal content worlds and metal-rich worlds will also net you good income. Bonuses you need to look for are terraforming candidates. This information is mentioned in the system map when you fully scan a system. Make sure you are familiar with the FSS before you head out. Set the key bindings in your options screen to the layout you prefer and practice with the system you are in. Once you honk the system, signals will emerge in your FFS. To the right of the scanner are gas-rich planets, such as gas giants. To the left, you have solid worlds and other signal contacts, such as distress signals, Fargoid signals, etc. Over time, you will learn where each type of world sits on the scanner spectrum. It pays to fully map each system, even though it may not seem like there is anything of value. You never know what you will find on one of those moons around the gas giant. When you scan a planet, the relative information on this planet is displayed to the right of the FSS screen. If there is any biological signals or geological signals, they will be displayed top right. Fargoid, Guardian and human sites are also displayed in the same place. Below this video is a full breakdown of the value of all the different worlds you will encounter. Once you have fully mapped the system with the SSS, you will need to review the data in the system map to the left of your head in your cockpit. On the second tab over, you will find the relevant information you need to make the decision on whether you want to probe a planet. Again, look for high metal contents, metal rich, Earth-likes, ammonia and water worlds. If the planet is a terraforming candidate, it will be mentioned on this tab. Scroll over to every planet to check this information. Mapping these types of worlds with your probe will earn you a bonus on top of the base income you will get for scanning a world. Finding a world for the first time gives you a bonus on top of that, as well as getting your name on the planet. Finally, you will need to sell the data you have acquired when you have returned to the core systems once more. In Starship Services, you will notice Universal Cartographics. This is where you go to sell your data. Any first discoveries will be noted at this point as you sell your data. Also, don't forget to sell any data you have on biological, geological or other data in the contacts panel. Please be aware that if you crash your ship or it is otherwise destroyed, You will lose all the data you have acquired and you will have to pay the insurance for your ship. If you do not have the insurance, you will need to pay for the full cost of the ship. The Field Rats are an amazing group of people who spend their in-game time rescuing players who come into difficulty in the black. Many stories have been told of these pilots who have in some cases spent years flying across the galaxy to rescue stranded pilots. If you get into trouble out beyond the bubble, they will come and help you. Below is a link for their services. Follow their guidelines on their website if you come into difficulties and they will attempt a rescue. For those that have an interest in this profession within Elite Dangerous, I wish you well on your travels and hope you find this video of use. I will make another video covering intermediate exploration techniques in the coming weeks. In the meantime, get out there and practice. Choose a nebula or region you want to travel to. Take your time scanning the systems you fly through, practicing your craft. Practice using neutron stars to accelerate your journey. Use the map filter to find G-class or B-class stars for those sweet Earthlikes. Practice landing on safer worlds so that when you do come across something more dangerous, you are ready for it. The key with exploration is patience. You'll need a lot of it. Most of all, however, do not fly without a rebuy. Thanks for the watch. A massive thank you to Commander Marcus 3000 for choosing to support the channel. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit the like button below. If you are new to the channel and you want to see more of my content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to hit the bell notification icon for updates on all future content. If you wish to support the channel, follow the Ko-fi link below. Until next time, 07.